Maybe I shouldn't do any work on this car today. First thing I set out to do was clean up the threads in the frame where the spare tire carrier goes, and that didn't go too bad, except then I decided that in order to help me put the carrier in without scratching it, I needed to put some stuff that wouldn't scratch it here, so I put a piece of wood across the two ramps. Actually, I did that first before I tried to clean up the settings, and then I decided that I can't really reach it with that in there, so I picked it up and I put it on the ramp. Then I climbed under there and I decided I needed more headroom. So I left that piece of wood on the ramp, raised the lift, and this used to be attached to my air compressor system. I've got it all plumbed with copper pipe. Well, that piece of wood caught underneath here. I don't know why it didn't just fall off of the lift, but bent this, snapped it off. So now I'm without my air compressor until I can repair that, which will mean probably 3 trips to the hardware store for parts, because that's the way when you're working with plumbing pipes it seems to go. So anyway, then I go to start the recording, and I typically record to an SD disc. And then I just pull the disc out of the camera and I put the disc into my computer to copy it and edit and join the clips and all that stuff so that I can post it to YouTube. And I just decided I needed, or I want more stuff to prevent scratching that carrier. Anyway, the SD card is still setting up in my computer. It'll make it a little harder to copy the stuff onto my computer, but it's not starting out as a good day. And I think I'm going to have trouble reaching these things to get them started. I can reach them from here. You know what, I tried from the side and it was a little longer reach. I think maybe I can reach them from here, so here goes. It's been a couple days since I painted this, so it's nice and dry. I think what I'm going to try to do is hang this end first. I don't know how it's going to work because I haven't tried it, but this is definitely one of those things where it'd be nice to have another pair of hands. I guess that goes in like that. I was trying to put it between the nut and that little fitting there, and you can't even see what I was trying to do. Basically, this carrier bolt goes into that notch. I was trying to put it in between the nut and this fitting, but I believe it goes on top of that fitting. Now if I try to raise this, see if I can start that bolt. And it's going to be hard to do. I think I need something to prop that up. And okay, the frame is sitting on jack stands, and I have the trailing arms sitting on the bridge jack. So what I can do, since the frame is supported by jack stands, I can lower that bridge jack, slide it back, and support the carrier on the bridge jack. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I think this is a much better plan. I've got a towel over the bridge jack so that I can prevent scratches. Decided to just leave the jack or the lift up because I can crawl under it and work. So I'm going to aim the camera right about where I'll be working and zoom in. See if I can see. Yeah, right up in there is the spot, and that is the passenger side. So I'm going to go under and try to do that. And this is the reason this is a much better plan, is because I actually can get under the lift here without having the stuff that I'm trying to prevent from being scratched, or prevent the scratches, I should say, get in my way. Okay. Now hopefully get this bolt started here. Cleaned up the threads, so I know they're good. Although because of the way these are made and set up, I can't really, I couldn't really easily put these actual bolts in it. I just got one of the same size. Okay. That's proving to be difficult, so I am going to actually jack up the bridge jack to hold that up closer for me. Hopefully I can have to only work with the bolt. All the way up with the bridge jack. What I may do is, since I'm better with my right hand, and that's as high as it goes with the bridge jack,
I'm better with my right hand, so if I have to hold this up a little bit with my left and start the one on the other side, that might work better for me. Yeah, I know you didn't see that, but I've got it started. Now, it'll be a little easier to hold this with my left hand and start this one with my right. But it was the same type of a deal. Okay. Those take an 11/16 inch wrench. And so I will just screw these in until they hit the frame. The carrier will be up. All that will remain is to put the tire in it. So this is probably going to take me a little bit because I have to use a wrench. You can't use a socket. They don't provide you with a socket, a hex fitting on the bottom to turn it with. There's two flats, but you still need to use a wrench, and you still need to turn it bit by bit like that and move the wrench. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to shut off the video, and I'll be back once I've got that tightened up close to the frame. I'll back out just here so you can see basically how it looks. As I said, just two more bolts to tighten in the back end there, and I'll be back to put the tire in. So that's all connected in the back, and this is how the spare tire, your tire carrier, is supported with, of course, a tire in there. Now, to make this as easy as I can, I'm going to back this out as far as I can. There is a stopper on it, so it won't come out. So, but by doing that, I won't have to lift it as high. And I'm going to move the lift because I don't want to have to lift the tire that high. But I'm not going to put it all the way on the ground because it's harder on this old guy to do that with it down on the ground. Okay, I've got the tire positioned where I can lift it, get it into that tray, I hope. It's not all the way in yet. You could be catching on something. There's probably a ridge in the carrier. Okay. So hopefully I can lift this up and get this into the latch and then tighten it. That's in. All I have to do, darn it,
You see some spots that I didn't get painted very well. You know what, after I tighten that, I think I can put some paper in there to kind of mask off the spray and spray the parts I missed. I think it'll work out for me. So I think that bolt is 13/16 because it would match the lug nut size. Maybe I'm wrong. Seems like 3/4. It drew it up until it got where it was tight. And then it started to slip. And maybe the stock, I'm going by what the wheels that were on it were. And they were those aftermarket Craigar mags that I didn't like. So maybe the stock ones were 3/4. You know what? It's all the way tight. So that's that for the spare tire carrier. So I sprayed the spots that I missed. Now that wouldn't have rusted because it's made of fiberglass except for the metal reinforcing strips. But it looks better with all one uniform coat of paint.